All right, welcome back to day 5 of the 5-day split. This is every guy's favorite day to hit. It's arms. Now, today, we're gonna be leaving the gym with the nastiest arm pump. Now, on arms, I focus on my shoulders, my biceps, and my triceps. Now, there's a lot of exercises we're gonna be doing today, but there's not that many exercises per muscle group. The reason for this is because when I do arms, it's really about training them to failure. Really and truly, the only thing that has probably the most exercises is shoulders, because you gotta hit your front delts, your side delts, and your rear delts as a whole. So that takes a little bit more time, but biceps and triceps is literally only 2 exercises. Biceps, we'll do 2, maybe 3. Today, I wanna get freaky with it, so we're gonna do 3. But arms used to be one of my favorite days. Low-key, I don't like it as much anymore. I think my arms are in a good, shape. I'm not really trying to grow them anymore. So, I've kind of been putting more emphasis on other things like my legs and my shoulders. My back's been pretty good as well. But today, we have a, well-curated list of exercises that we're gonna be doing. So what does it look like? So we're gonna be doing a dumbbell shoulder press. We're gonna do a cable side lateral raise, an easy bar curl plus hammer curl superset. We're gonna do cable Beijing curls. Then we're gonna do a rear delt fly, but this is a different rear delt fly. I haven't really seen this on the internet. I've been implementing it recently, and I really, really like it. I just like the stretch and I like the contraction that I get. Next, we're gonna be going into a cable overhead press. Then we're gonna do cable cross tricep extensions. So I don't wanna get to yibber-yabbering because there's a lot to do. So let's start it and let's hit it. Let's go. Make sure to warm up your shoulders, because if you don't, you are definitely going to get injured and it's gonna hurt. Especially on shoulders day, you don't really wanna have a lot of shoulder issues. What is going on here? You wanna make sure you warm up nicely, just because if not, your shoulders are definitely gonna hurt after. I think it's just a religious rule that you've got to wear a tank top on shoulders and arm day. All right, dumbbell shoulder press. Now, when you're doing your dumbbell shoulder press, you want to grab a bench. Now, with this bench, you can do it in one of 2 positions. You can put it all the way up, or you can put it 1 notch below the most vertical position. I like it 1 notch below the most vertical position. I don't know why. I feel like I can get the weight under me better. I also feel more stable during the actual movement. Now, when we do this exercise, obviously we're gonna do a quick warm-up set, and then we're gonna do 3 working sets. Now, this is the shoulder exercise where you're gonna be able to push the most weight. Everything we do after this is gonna be just basically focused on stretch part and then the contraction. We're not gonna be lifting a crazy amount of weight. So this is where you really want to load your shoulders. Now, as well, when you're doing your shoulder press, again, you don't want to flare your elbows. You wanna keep them in at a 45-degree angle. You wanna push straight up, straight down. If you're really looking to pack on size for your delts, this is a great exercise. All right, grab a nice set of 40s real quick. 1, weight always goes on your knees. And when you're kicking them up, you don't want to curl it, because you're gonna injure your shoulder. Really, all you want to do is very simple, nice. 1, 2. Now, elbows are tucked in, 45-degree angle. We're gonna press straight up, dumbbells together, back down, nice and slow. When you first start this exercise, you're probably gonna feel like you're shaking a lot, but it's kind of just your muscles getting used to the movement. Even to this day, I still shake a little bit, but you wanna come down to at least 90 or below 90. If you can go lower, it's good. Get that dynamic mobility. All right, we're gonna go into our working sets. All right, so the next exercise we're gonna be doing is a cable side lateral raise. Now this exercise, I guarantee you, I don't care how strong you think you are, you're not gonna be able to lift as heavy as you think. I've got it on 11 pounds. I usually do around 11 to 20 pounds max on this exercise, because 1, again, it's about the slow controlled movement. Plus 2, if you try to go heavy, you're gonna be compensating with other muscle groups. Now, basically, you'll see a lot of people do it like this. They'll lean away from the bar. But the one thing we actually want to do is we want to be leaning towards the bar. The reason for this is because the resistance profile is a lot better. You're keeping more mechanical tension throughout the movement, leaning this way, okay? It's a lot harder to go from here than to go from here. You see how easy that was for me? So again, pointer, lean towards the bar. Now, a lot of people mess up because when they do this exercise, they like to bend in. Don't bend in, right? You want to keep your chest forward, right? And your arm is the only thing that's coming across the center line of your body, right? That's going to allow you to get a full stretch on your delt. As you can see, as soon as I grab this and my arm's in this position, you can see the striations on my shoulders and the tension that's on my shoulders. As soon as I go like this, I alleviate that tension. So chest forward, from here, straight up to about parallel, right? You don't want to go higher. You go higher, you're engaging your traps. Back down slowly, chest still straight, back up, down slow. It's all about controlling the movement in this exercise. That's already hard. This is a warm-up set, by the way. 11 pounds warm-up set. We're gonna put it to 16 pounds now. Obviously, the heavier you go, the harder it's gonna be, right? And you're really going to struggle. It's not an easy exercise to do. Don't expect, like I said, to lift heavy. You're not gonna be able to. I know so many people. I know the biggest bodybuilders who could only do 20 pounds on this exercise. So don't worry about lifting heavy. Don't ego lift this. All right, moving on to the next exercise, we're gonna be putting the cable at a higher position now, and we're gonna be doing a rear delt fly. Now, I haven't really seen this one done on the internet too much, but basically, it's a very simple movement. You're gonna have the cable up here, you're gonna either grab this bar here, or the bar that is on the cable stack, I guess you call it, and you're gonna wanna have this arm in front, and you're gonna have a nice stretch here. Chest forward, and you're gonna bring the cable down to your side at a 45-degree angle. Come back forward, get that full stretch, back down. A lot of people have underdeveloped rear delts. The bigger rear delts are, the fuller your shoulders are gonna look, the better your overall arms are gonna look. This exercise, I've been doing it for the last 3 weeks now, and I feel like I've seen a noticeable improvement in the size of my rear delts just because of the level of stretch I get and the contraction I can get on this exercise. I don't focus on going heavy. With arm day, a lot of people like to ego lift. You'll especially see this on biceps where people like swing the weight. We're not trying to do that. Everything on arm day is all about being slow and controlled.
She singing my songs, she wanna dial it, tryna get hit, house like a bait, the price of they big, price of that check, smile on my face, ain't paying shit, come and get checked, ice on my neck, I roll her wrist, she in the sky, hell of a cap, push out the trench.
All right, so now that we've blasted our shoulders, I usually do my shoulder exercises all in the beginning of my workout. Now we're gonna move on to biceps. So this is the exercise that I've been doing since I've ever started going to the gym, and I've never changed it because it's always worked. So what it is basically, it's a easy bar curl, which is basically one of these bars right here. And the reason why I like this bar is it just feels better on my wrists when I'm curling. And then I superset this with hammer curls. So fine, by the time you get to your third set, you're absolutely dead. There's no warm-up set here. It's straight, you spam 10 easy bar curls, go into 10 straight hammer curls. And then you do that 3 times. I take about a 60-second rest in between because the goal of biceps is, I don't want to have to do 7 different bicep exercises. I want to fatigue my biceps in a total of 2 exercises. So I do this, and then after that, I do Beijing curls. So when you're doing your easy bar curl, right? 1, elbows pinned to your sides and they're fixed. All the work comes from your biceps, right? We're not swinging our arms forward like this. Straight up, straight down. Elbows pinned, they're fixed. Okay, think of them that they can't move. To the point where you can't get the weight up anymore without having to swing, right? You're done. You don't need to do anymore. Don't, swing your back. There's no need for that. Also, when we're doing our hammer curls, instead of going straight up like this, you want to be coming across your body. I think about it like one arm touching the other pec, down. This arm touches this pec, down.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been the if I was you, I would cut up my wrist. Exotic all over her body. Oh, she just wanna roll and I don't mind it. Ever since I was a kid, I've been legit. Oh no, you should let it go. She wanna be on it. Got a old tatted on her body.
All right, the next exercise we're gonna be doing is Beijing Curls. Very simple. Another exercise just to quickly fatigue the biceps. Cable positions are gonna be in the lowest position. The whole goal of this is to get a good stretch on your biceps. So when you are holding the cables, you wanna be stepped forward, slight lean forward in your chest to really get that stretch in your biceps. Elbows again, pinned. They don't move during this exercise. And just a simple curl, nothing crazy. Also, when you curl, you don't wanna lean back, just stable position. Curl, squeeze, nice, slow and controlled, get the full stretch, and back up.
They say I'm time inside. City on fire. When I'm coming home, fill up the sky. I fill up the dome. But play one day, it's a hell of a show. But it's gonna hurt, cause we did it first. Feel like skateboard.
All right, cable overhead tricep extensions. This is very similar to a jam press that you saw us do on chest day. You're gonna grab one of these looking bars, okay? Obviously, your triceps can lift a lot of weight. Mine can lift a lot of weight. So starting this exercise is a little bit annoying. You'll see people put the cable down here. You're asking for issues, especially when you're trying to re-rack the weight. So you want the cable around this height. Basically, to start it, it's very awkward. You're going to go underneath. I go underneath like a squat position, put my ass against the bar, step up. Elbows in, slight lean forward, and press straight up. Now, when I come down, I let my elbows go like this a little bit, not too much, but just to get a full stretch in the triceps. And then I press again.
BBC boys on the creep, feel like it's 03. Neptune drum with a beat. She hit me flipping a beam. She wanna fuck with the team. She fell in love with the cream. She fell in love with the scene. Oh yeah, her man quiet, not a peep. Work is hard, PTSD. Hold his chest, let it breathe, let it breathe.
All right, so last exercise we got on the agenda for today is cable cross tricep extensions. Now with cable cross tricep extension, cable positions are in the high position. Now again, one thing that we keep common, fixed elbows. Okay, so in this exercise, you're gonna grab one cable, you're gonna wanna like hook grip it. So your thumb is gonna go around the cable and then you're gonna wrap over your fingers like that. As you can see, thumb here, wrap around, now I've got a good grip. So you're gonna grab one cable, you're gonna grab the other cable the same way. Make sure you're in the middle. You're gonna wanna pull these cables down into your sides, fix elbows, 45 degrees, extend, back slowly. You should really feel the contraction in your triceps. You don't wanna swing the cables. It's not how you do the correct form. Very simple. If done effectively, you'll feel a good stretch in your triceps. You'll get a good pump in your triceps. This is one of the exercises where you're gonna wanna do lengthened partials. Your triceps are gonna be in the stretch position. You're not gonna be able to get it all the way down, but you may be able to get it partially of the way down.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been if I was you, I would put on my.
So that's the end of the 5-day split. If you haven't seen the previous videos, go check out the previous videos. Hopefully, throughout this entire video series, you guys were able to learn a lot of different tips, techniques to be able to take your physique from an average physique to an excellent physique. Now as well, if you're looking to pack on 10 to 15 pounds of extra lean muscle mass, lose that last bit of body fat and tone some muscle, fill out the form below, book a call, let's sit down, talk about how we can get you from point A to point B, as well as you'll get access to my 7-day free training program. And from there, we'll see how we can really get you to your goals in the next 90 days. All right, I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't, like, follow, subscribe, and drop a comment if there's any questions you guys may have. Take care.